What's up, y'all? Back at it with another NC Niners Talk. I'm Nicholas, and this is my papa, Carlos.
What's up?
Today, we'll be previewing the Niners with Jaguars, heading back to the East Coast to some of the top teams in the league. Jaguars are on a 5-game winning streak, and we're on a 3-game losing streak. So it's going to be tough. You know, Jaguars are a great team. They're playing really solid this year, though. Yeah, as I said, 5-game winning streak. And with Trevor Lawrence at QB and the defense, they're playing at a pretty high level. It'll be tough, but I feel the Niners will come out on top. So let's talk about this game. I believe Purdy will bounce back. You know, we've been saying this. You know, Purdy has been playing solid for these last 3 games, but it's these costly mistakes that overshadow what he's been doing in these games. Like, he's still making really good passes, but it's just these mistakes where he's been fumbling, he's been throwing interceptions. You know, last 3 games, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Hasn't had a QB rating above 100 in this 3-game losing streak. So this offense needs to pick it up, but it all starts with the defense right now. This defense does not look good. They're getting ran over by Kirk Cousins, PJ Walker, Joe Burrow. They're just destroying the defense. And Steve Wilkes, which reported now he's going to be on the sideline for this game. So hopefully that makes a difference, which I don't really think will make a difference. But just him being there, his presence on the sideline, hopefully the defense will turn up. And with the addition of Chase Young, get to the QB. And Trevor Lawrence takes two and a half seconds or less to throw the football. So the Niners are one of the best at getting to the QB, or have one of the best ratings against that. So hopefully they can shut down that offense, which is a very good offense.
Yeah, like you were saying, I think it starts with the defense. They've played horrible. Point wise, no. Yards given up. They've done a terrible job the last 3 games. So I think this bye week came out at the right time. I feel that this is a game that I feel for confidence wise, it's a must win for them. If they lose, they're 5-4. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. However, to build confidence, it's never easy to play in the East Coast. And they have to come out fast. Like you said, Jaguars have won 5 in a row, so they're playing at a very high level right now with 5 in a row. I think it's a beatable team. I mean, very, very beatable team. Niners played at all. They play with they play at their standard. If they hit it all cylinders, I think they should be able to come out with the win. Let's see. With the Chase
Young acquisition.
So with him adding to the defense, it should be. Let's see how it goes. I mean, they have already a talented defense. This is an addition. Will it fix everything? No, but if this helps us to get sacks, then of course it's a big plus, and that gives our cornerbacks and linebackers, obviously more help. But I think it starts with them. Purdy has to have a solid game. Doesn't have to have a perfect game. It doesn't have to have 300 yards. Just a solid game. Take care of the ball, and march down the field.
And just don't have those costly mistakes, which he's been having. Maybe he'll have a 0 touchdown, but he'd have a 0 interception game. They'd win by 20. So that's all he needs to do. We've been not even seeing him manage the game. He's been overachieving what we've been expecting. And now we've thought he's the MVP, which he was playing at that level.
Yes.
But we got to slow it down. He can play at a high level, but we can't expect him to play at a high level with 0 interceptions every single week. And, just settle down and manage the game, get the win, get the dub, get out of there with a win.
Debo's back.
Back.
Trent Williams, we don't know yet. So.
Questionable, hasn't returned to practice, but most likely Kyle Shanahan will probably have him on the field on Sunday, hopefully.
I think the whole change of the defensive coordinator coming on the field is more I think we've talked about it in the past. You talked about it. It's more of a kind of being able to talk to the players. If he sees an error, if he sees a mistake, if he sees adjustments, he's able to talk to them there and then.
That's exactly what Kyle Shanahan said.
Right? So because what he does is calls the plays, they only talk to him. Well, they only hear him for 40 seconds, 20 seconds, 15 seconds. Now they'll be able to hear him through the whole entire game, interact with the players, see where the mistakes are at, see how they can adjust, and we'll see. Again, they shouldn't be. I mean, this defense is too talented to be allowing all these yards against these quarterbacks. And I've always also said that, these other teams also get paid, right? I mean, we're playing against professional players, so in a given Sunday, if we come all, thinking that we're just going to dominate a team, it's just not going to happen. Should they dominate every single team? Just about. They can and they should, but it just doesn't work that way. All right, so I think this is a good game for them to bounce back and just kind of start their new run
against a good team also. So if they make a statement game against a team on a 5-game winning streak, which is the highest winning streak in the league right now, then they'll be back on the map. They'll be back on the radar. Which I don't care if they're on the radar. They can go under the radar however they want.
It'll make a difference,
and they will burst out on the scene.
Right now, the team to be in their division. In the division, in the conference is the Eagles. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Most likely, the Eagles will get number 1 seed. It's not for sure, but most likely they will. It'll make a difference. Just let's get to the playoffs, and once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen, right? But it starts this week, and I feel that Purdy is gonna have a bounce back game. Again, he doesn't need to throw 40 times like all these other quarterbacks do. Dak Prescott threw 50 times less on Sunday, and they still lost. So what's the point of you throwing 50 times if you're still going to lose?
Can be one-dimensional, which they have been, and CMC hasn't rushed over 60 yards in the last 4 games.
They need to have him going.
And and they have to use their other weapons in the backfield.
Yes.
I'm talking about Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason. And with Debo back, this needs to become that high-powered offense they've been this whole season.
I mean, they're still averaging 28 points per game. I think that's 4th in the league.
Yeah. They just got to be careful for that rush with Josh Allen on the right side on Colton McKivitz. Colton McKivitz has been struggling this whole season.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen will torch him. So hopefully Colton McKivitz can pick it up and hold his own.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be perfect in this game. Just hold his own. Be the Daniel Brunskill to Aaron Donald. Just hold your own and give Purdy some time, and Purdy can just release it quickly.
I mean, our offensive line has done overall pretty good job. Overall, they have, even without Trent Williams. All right, but again, Kyle Shanahan needs to pick it up with the play calling. Be aggressive when you need to. Just change it up. Use your weapons. Use Kittle. There's so many ways you can use Kittle. Obviously, the last few games they've been using him, so I see that continuing. So we'll see how it goes. I feel that again. For them to get on track, this is the game they have to get. That's just to me. They lose, it's just going to continue with the doubt, especially if they don't play at their level.
If Purdy's not confident in this game, then he's just going to turn the ball over again and again and again in this game. And the Jaguars are number 1 in takeaways.
Number 1.
If Purdy isn't playing with confidence and he's playing scared, then they will find out a way to take the ball away. And the Jaguars defense with Darius Williams at corner, he's the leader in pass deflections. He has 3 interceptions. He's at a 55 rating when passed to him. He's a really solid corner. So use your weapons.
So maybe this is the game that they're gonna rush, and then play action.
But they're not easy to run against too.
No. But I'm saying
3.4 yards of carry to running backs, which that can always change any given Sunday.
Yeah.
With CMC, anything can happen. CMC is a weapon of his.
He's a great weapon.
Just a.
Debo running it, him running it, like you said, have the other backs running it. And that's what we need. We need to see that. We need to see their explosion from they had the first 5 weeks. And then just last 3 weeks is just one of those things. So we'll see how it goes. I feel that the Niners have enough to win this game. Niners are good enough to beat this team. I thought they were good enough to win the last 3 games, but they haven't. It is what it is. But
they are good enough, but
they are. They just haven't played to their level, to their standards. So that needs to change this week. And great, let's get out of the way. 10 o'clock, East Coast. A lot of West Coast teams don't do good supposedly in the 10 o'clock games. Oh well, it is what it is. We already went to Pittsburgh and smacked that team, so we'll see how it goes.
On defense, They just got to figure a way to shut down that offense with Travis Etienne, especially. They're a run-heavy offense, and Travis Etienne has been getting so many touchdowns this year. And the connection with Christian Kirk is getting better and better with Trevor Lawrence and with Calvin Ridley. They have a high-powered offense, which they can just.
And he's prone to throw interceptions.
So Trevor Lawrence does not like the pressure. So if they get there, that's why he throws it quick. So because he doesn't allow the pressure to get
like
there.
It. And he could run too. So you gotta also be careful with the scrambling skills.
This is where Greenlaw and Fred Warner and Oren Burks come into play. This is their game right here where, the pass rush is gonna get there, and this is where all the picks are gonna come to them.
Yeah.
Because I doubt they're gonna go to any of the cornerbacks because cornerbacks. Trevor Lawrence, I feel he's not going to throw it. Like, if the pressure's coming at him, he's going to try to dump it off somewhere.
Yeah.
So Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw got to be ready for this game, which they always are. They're the best part of this defense.
Yeah, we need all the QB rushes that we could get, which will cause interceptions. Yeah. But we also need sacks, especially on third downs, third and longs, especially on third and longs. Any third and 5, 36, 38, 39, third and 10. 35 and up, we need to get a sack.
This team on 3rd and 13, this team will not be afraid to just sling it and try to get that first down. So they got to get to the quarterback, especially with this Chase Young trade. He's making his debut wearing number 92. Him coming off the left side, Bosa coming off the right side, and Hargrave and Armstead coming through the middle. They just got to bring some pressure and execute.
No excuse.
Yeah. Who are you going to double? Can't double Hargrave. You can't double Bosa, can't double Chase Young because they're just going to get to the quarterback.
Good luck.
Like, if you double one, the other one.
And they're going to go chip on one side, and then the other side is wide open.
So that will leave.
Maybe they'll do a lot of stunts.
So, they'll do a lot of stunts, and if they need a chip and do all this, then the passing game won't be as fluid and as good as they've been this whole season. Yeah. So they just got to shut down Trevor Lawrence and shut down that running game, especially because Travis Etienne is basically their offense. He does so much for this offense, and got to shut that down. And the offense for the Niners, Purdy, just got to dial up and just deal.
I say CMC continues the streak and breaks the record this game.
That would be
18 straight games with a touchdown. Purdy with a few touchdowns, no interceptions. Solid game, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. 250. That's more than enough. Those about 20 to 25. That's where you want. 20 to 25. That's no more than that. If you're at 20 to 25, that means you're running the ball really well.
Yeah.
All right. So I see that happening. I see the score. Will continue until the end of the season. They hit the minimum 28 points. And again, they have to hit these numbers for them to win. Especially games like if a team could actually score, and the way they've been scoring on them, they have to score themselves. So I see a 28. Probably one of the closer ones I've picked throughout the season, 28-21, 28-24. I see the Niners scoring, staying ahead, and Jackson kind of makes a push at the end, but they fall short. But Niners need to bring it. Bottom line. So, yeah. What do you think?
I got for the defense, I see them picking off Trevor Lawrence. Once or twice because of that pass rush, because of the acquisition of Chase Young. It's just going to show that this was a great trade, and that cornerback need that people got mad at for not getting Jalen Johnson. I feel that those talks will be shut down, and they will get to the quarterback. They will get interceptions. They will strip sack Trevor Lawrence. So I feel they're going to dominate this game, but Trevor Lawrence will still have a say.
Yeah.
And this offense is still high powered, so I got a 30-21 score. Yeah. Jacksonville at home.
We got to come after him like we did against Aaron Rodgers. You give some of these quarterbacks so much time, they're just going to tear you apart. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. So you have to come after this guy, and the more you come after this guy, just tear him up in the first drive, second drive, third drive, and you just come after him. Yeah. So we shall see.
We shall see. Head into the East Coast, 10 a.m. game. Can't get anything better than that. Unless it's prime time, but 10 a.m.
That's game. Coming up next few weeks. Coming up.
It's going to be a Thanksgiving game, Week 12 against the Seattle Seahawks, and then Week 16 a Christmas game against the Ravens. It's going to be
lot of tough games.
Good second half of games, and this is gonna be unbelievable ride. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your predictions for this game and what you think will happen. What's your score predictions, and just whatever you gotta say.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Niners.